boom. I'll do it again. Biggity boom. Yes. Have no fear. The I Am Rapaport Stereo Podcast is in su casa. Welcome to the Iron Dome of Disruption. What? Welcome to the ziggity. The ziggity. I'm cutting and scratching. The ziggity zone of disruption. My name is Michael Rapaport, a.k.a. the inflamed Ashkenazi, a.k.a. the disruptive warrior, a.k.a. the gringo mandingo. Hope everybody's feeling good. Hope everybody's feeling safe. Hope everybody is feeling sane. And with me today, boom. Part-time, sometime co-host with the most, the young shooter.
Hey, man.
Let's do that again.
All right. Ow.
You can't explode. You're like,
Oh, I can explode. It's just that my knuckles hurt from doing that. Ow.
The young shooter, a.k.a. Deuce Pacino, a.k.a. Deuce Collins is here for... This is one of the fan favorite episodes.
This one?
This topic...
Oh, right.
The sick
fucks
of the year.
Of the year. Oh, we're doing of the year.
We're doing the sick fucks of the year, and then I give out the coveted sickest fuck of 2022. There's so many sick fucks.
So little time.
Let's do that again. There's so many sick fucks, yet
so little time.
Man. But before we get to that, which, I mean, people wait on the edge of their seats.
I'm kind of on the edge of my seat.
It's exciting.
I don't know what you're throwing at me, too.
You don't know listen, we crunch numbers. We don't fact check. Right. But for this, it takes a little work. The Dust Brothers.
They put a lot of work into
the Bleach Brothers. It's a whole thing.
I understand it.
And I know this year, I've sort of went away from it because I want things to be organic. And you've done episodes where we break down these sickos. It takes a toll on your soul.
Oh, it does. It does. You don't want to be surrounded by sick fucks like that all the time.
All the time. I mean, there's so many.
Right. It's a job. It's a tough job. It's like a homicide detective.
Exactly. So we're going to break that down. But before we get to that, we're heading to the end of the year. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays to you and happy Hanukkah.
We're here. Hanukkah has started.
Absolutely.
Hanukkah has started despite all the craziness and anti-Jewishness.
Yep.
But Hanukkah will continue to go on. Great trip to Los Angeles. Had a great time in Los Angeles. I'll be leaving, but my time was good. My time was short. I see you got on some sneakers today.
It's not like, they're
what
Vans.
Are those?
They're Vans.
Are they Vans?
Yeah, they're Vans.
Because they look like, I don't see like a Vans logo on them. They look, are those?
Would you think they were
Skips? Yeah. We call those skips where I come from.
Skips?
Skips.
Well, like I should be skipping them?
Nah, well, I mean, you could
skip
them.
Skips.
Skips.
They're just
Dusties.
Vans. They're not the Jordans, obviously. You got your nice Jordans on, which look fantastic on you. But I was told that like my Jordans, like because I'm wearing some skinny jeans. I'm trying to get away from the skinny jeans.
Good idea.
A lot of people have been telling me like get away from the skinny jeans.
6 years ago.
It's about 6 years ago. But I wore the Jordans on the last podcast or like 2 podcasts ago for the part 1 in the review, and the Jordans just look like really big.
Because of the skinny jeans.
The skinny jeans are very skinny and the Jordans are like really big and it doesn't look proportionate. So I'm trying to just kind of like, let me go to the skater vibe. Go to the white Vans.
All right. Well, listen, you
look great.
Thank
you. Look
you.
Great.
Thank you. I appreciate that. You came in suited and booted. You got yourself all kinds of jackets. Hair looks great.
Oh, thank you,
Interesting
man.
choice to go to today.
I don't know. What do you mean interesting choice?
Because did you brush your hair?
I didn't brush it. I had a hat on. I took the hat off. So it's kind of like hat hair, but the hat kind of styles it in a way, in a good way. And I like yours. Very Will Ferrell.
I need a haircut. Very
Will Ferrell, fluffy.
Anyway, speaking of me looking great.
Right?
Speaking of
us looking great. Speaking of us,
but you said you look great. I didn't say you look great.
I thought you said your hair looks great. It's interesting choice.
Yeah, but then you said you just said flat out said you look great. And
why didn't you say I look great?
I try to say what I mean and mean what I say.
That stings, bro. And I appreciate the honesty. I really appreciate honesty in friendships. I love the honesty. It does hurt. It also hurts, though.
I'm just telling you, I try to say what I mean and mean what I say.
Well, I'll try to work on that next time you see me.
But this is what I wanted to throw this at you.
Sure.
So we all know that I'm not a big fan of Marvel movies, DC movies, any of this stuff. But the actor who last played Superman, who's British?
Henry Cavill.
Henry Cavill, right?
Cavill.
It's Cavill,
Okay.
I think.
I don't know.
Great looking guy.
Fantastic.
I don't know if I don't care. I don't care. I don't know if he got fired, released, or they just moved on to get a new Superman.
Mm-hmm.
He announced it. Again, he did a great job. He's going to have a great career. The guy is fantastic looking, very good actor. British.
Yeah, British. Chiseled. But like we want a Superman who's I want an American Superman.
Which brings me to my point. People like Lizzo, people like Lena Dunham, people like all these beautiful models.
Mm-hmm.
They would say bigger models.
Plus size models.
Have done so much for the image of women, making women feel comfortable in their bodies, all shapes, all sizes.
Yep.
Not to compare the plight of men.
Right.
Stay with me.
Okay. I'm trying.
Not to compare the plight of men.
Yeah.
But we've seen Christopher Reeves, the late, great Christopher Reeves. We've seen other cock diesel, conventionally, they got the jawbones that you could just the sharp jawbones. We've seen that. We've seen Henry Cavill.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen those types. I'm saying they need a new Superman.
Oh, I see where you're going with this.
And what I'm saying is we need a new Superman. Shout out to Lena Dunham. Shout out to Lizzo and all the plus size models. It's time. It's time we get off the stereotypes. It's time we bring in a Superman who is a man of the people, by the people, that looks like the people, that sounds like the people, that smells like the people. What this is my cry, my help, my putting my name in the hat, if you will, to become the next Superman.
I don't know if anyone's going to want to draw that name from the hat, per se. I don't know if they're going to allow that name to enter the hat. I think it's great that you want to be considered and be a part, of that. But I think that you're going to have to start getting on some other things. Like, you're going to have to start injecting yourself with some steroids.
No problem.
Get on some Liver King shit. You need to be on the Liver King game.
No problem.
You're ready to do that.
No problem.
And I feel like you've actually been prepping for this for 6 months.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, did Henry Cavill do a 6-minute plank?
Henry Cavill, I guarantee you, can't 6-minute plank. Okay? The other people that played Superman, whoever they are, they can't 6-minute plank.
You might be right for the role.
I'm down with that Lance Armstrong, that Barry Bonds. I'm down with that Liver King. You want to give me some chest plates? Cool. Right. You want to give me an implant of a Dick Ravine? Cool. But what I'm saying is, it's time we have a Superman that is of the people, by the people, for the people, and that looks like the people. And I'm that dude. I'm that guy.
So then they wouldn't need to put the plates or the Dick Ravine. That's the whole. That's a part of it. You're talking about Lizzo and Lena Dunham. So we want to see a suit that doesn't fit properly.
Why does a Superman suit have to be so skin tight?
It doesn't. It should be a little loose,
little baggy.
There should be like a little bit of the fupa under there,
and no problem. And if they want me to show the fupa, I'll gain some weight. It'll be hard for me because I'm so far away from having a fupa.
A Jewish Superman. That's the rest of the Jews can go. That's a guy that we can relate to. He's an American Jewish superhero,
Ashkenazi superhero.
Yeah,
who's got skin issues, who's got ulcerative colitis, but he could still, when he puts that cape on, he flies through the air. Okay, and if I got to drop a deuce,
he makes a detour to Central Park and he takes the suit down and he plops down.
I'm sick of these stereotypical dudes.
What's wrong with that? Maybe his best friend's Larry David. I don't know.
During Hanukkah,
I'd watch that. It's a movie I want to go see that movie.
Let's pull the trigger on this right now. Let's pull the trigger on this right now.
I don't know who's going to invest in that movie.
Let me tell you something.
You got financiers, brother?
People would come see me as Superman. It would be dope. I'm not saying I don't need CGI. I'm not saying I don't need makeup. I'm not saying I don't need hair and makeup.
I think it's a part of it, though. The hair, you should be thinning a little bit. Like, maybe he takes a stop over to his apartment. He gets some Rogaine in his hair on a break from being Clark Kent. 'Cause are you Clark Kent too?
Yes.
Right.
Yes, I'm all that. I'm Clark Kent. I'm Superman. I'm fighting people. I'm,
Right.
You know,
But maybe you sprain your ankle during one of the
shit!
fights. Fuck! I gotta go to the chiropractor now. I don't know. Yeah, who knows, man? But look, I mean, you have been prepping for it. Like I said, you should be. So maybe you don't need to be on that Liver King game. Maybe you don't need the injection.
I say we find a happy medium.
This should be a happy medium.
We don't want to gross people out.
No, you don't want to do that.
You want to make people sick.
You don't want to do that.
Because I know if the camera comes, these cameras see everything.
Oh, everything.
These
they
cameras
see everything.
with the 5G and the 6G and they're
put you in 3D. We don't need you in 3D.
Those screens are big.
They're big. They're shooting in Panavision and
widescreen
IMAX cameras and all that.
Yeah. We So I'm saying I don't want to make anybody sick.
I kind of want to see that movie though.
It would be so much more fun and so much more entertaining than just another pretty face.
Yeah, because you're not a pretty face. Because you wouldn't be a part of. Because you're not a pretty face. So it would be a different take, and that's what I love about you. You're like, we don't want to see the good-looking Superman. You know what I mean? Like we don't want an attractive Superman. We want the guy that looks like my mailman.
Right.
Like that's the Superman that I relate to.
That's what I'm saying. It's because it's time.
So I think that's great. I think it's great. I don't know. How do you get into the room to audition for that? Well, that's the point. You don't need to audition. They just see a photo of you and you're like, that's the guy.
That was just my audition.
That's great, man.
That was my audition because, I don't want to go into too many details of some of the things that I've been.
Because there's been talks. Have there been talks behind the scenes about this?
About me playing
Superman?
Superman?
Could this potentially move? Is this like...
Wait, you're asking me, have there been talks about me playing...
Have you...
There have been talks about me playing Superman and been mostly with me talking to myself. And then the second version of talks about me playing Superman have been right here. Two shot. What the fuck is so funny? What's so funny, homie?
There have been talks of me talking to myself.
Yo, when I'm in bed, I'm like, yo, why don't they...
Oh, I'm crying, man. Oh, man, I want to see that movie. Maybe I'll shoot that movie. Maybe I'll direct the movie.
Yeah, no.
That's the whole point. It's not going to be like this Marvel movie. It's going to be like really shitty looking. It should be all encompassing of just being really bad. And
where's that movie Special that I did?
Oh, man. Because if you haven't seen that movie Special, because
I got to find those
audition
dudes.
tape for it.
Yo,
that's a great movie. That's a great performance.
I need to find out where why there's so many platforms. Specials are dope.
I don't know why they haven't released that on like a Netflix, a Hulu, Amazon Prime.
That's a dope movie.
If that movie came out today, there's a lot of movies that I feel this way.
If that
movie came out, Oscar season, we'd be campaigning for an Academy
Straight
Award.
up and down. That's
100%.
At least we'd be at the Independent Spirit Awards at a table like, yo.
Easy.
I don't know what happened that year. I don't know what was going on.
That costume that you had...
I killed that movie.
That would be in a glass case at the ArcLight.
Straight
wardrobe.
Straight up.
It's a great movie. Seriously, look out for that movie if you can find it. Special, but they need to release.
I'm gonna find out where that movie is because that movie
pop that out.
Another thing before we get to the sickest of the sick of this year. While I was in LA the other night, we had a good time. We went to this. I did a private comedy gig. I did comedy at this private party. And they didn't want me to do comedy. They wanted that disruption. They wanted that toast. Not that Jeff Ross, because he's the roast master.
I was gonna say
they wanted like another level. Like, because Jeff Ross, he roasts people, but he does it with such a gentleness. And I'm not saying I'm anywhere near. Jeff Ross is the king. And there's other people that roast. I don't even consider myself a great roaster. It's not my thing.
I wouldn't say it's not. Listen,
I've gotten away from it.
I never seen you do a roast. I never seen you like be like someone hires you to go to a house, or this was in fact like this was like a mansion. This was a mansion. It was a party. There were appetizers. I was eating grilled cheeses all night off the appetizer plates. It was great. And it was crazy to see you because there's all these people and we walk in and you're so, like for people who don't know you, you're a very approachable guy. You don't come
in real
off-
life.
Yeah, in real life. And people are saying it's so nice to meet you. And I'm so happy to be here. This is going to be really fun. And you're kind of like mild mannered and I love a drink. And you're hugging people and you're taking photos with people. And then you get up on the stage and it's a switch. Like you really switch and you went into this roast. Like it's like a completely different mode. Like you switch modes. You're in this roast master mode. And I was sitting off the side and you had to have a list of people to go off on. They were like, it was like
a company thing. So they told me there's this person named Josh
Dan
and Dennis
Josh.
and they told me like a couple of things about and they
them.
were there.
And they were all there. And
so you roasting them in their grill piece.
And it wasn't just like, you're saying a line here or there. You're going like you're doing like 10 minutes per person. And, people are hiding in the back. And then when it gets, they're all laughing at each other. And then when it gets to them, their faces are dropping. And my jaw dropped because, you say you're not a roast master. You're a roast master. You could easily be doing this. It was a bloodbath. It was a bloodbath.
Yo.
Bloodbath.
Yo. I knew I felt good because I looked over at your face a few times and you were bugging.
I was tripping. You made Jeff Ross.
Because normally when I'm on stage, you're like sleeping.
No, I'm not sleeping.
But when we're doing comedy, let's be honest. As far as you've seen me be on stage.
I've seen you do it.
but
this was a whole other thing because you weren't doing your stand-up. You weren't doing the regular material. You weren't trying.
I wasn't even doing stand-up.
You weren't doing it.
It wasn't topical.
No.
It wasn't material. It wasn't about me.
No.
That's the thing is, like stand-up, a lot of it is about me.
This, you made Jeff Ross look like Mr. Rogers. I mean, really, it was
Ginsu.
Man. And then afterwards, you had to like go over to the people.
We're in a house. It's not like a comedy club where we leave.
No, it's a house, and like they could have locked the doors and had their way with you if they wanted to. People, I don't know.
There was a couple of people that looked crazy.
They could have gone awry. And at the end, you're like, "Hey, bud, like thanks for being a good sport." Like you were like back to that mild mannered guy. Like the mode switched off. You went back to the guy who walked into the party, and people's face. Some of them like. They were kind of just like,
they didn't come off of it so easy.
No, they didn't come off.
It didn't roll off their back.
Like they're going to be thinking about. They're still thinking about it. Like 48 hours later.
That was dope.
That was sick. I want to go to more of those. I like that. I like that guy, man. Love that guy.
Thanks, brother.
Really fun time, man. They had a magician who was a child actor. Also, I mean, it was just like a whole motley crew. I mean, I didn't know where we were. The cops broke it up at the end of the night. Like, what are we doing? But I had a great time.
Oh, man, it really was a good time.